Hey everybody, it's me again, Kris Keefer. Welcome in. This is the RockyMountainATVMC.com YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. We're going to give you 5 tips about Loretta Lynn's. If you plan on going to Loretta Lynn's, when you get to Loretta Lynn's, I'm going to give you 5 key tips because I went last year for the very first time. Better late than never. So this is the top 5 tips for Loretta Lynn's. So tip number 1, it's basic. I'm sure you guys out there watching this, it's all about money, right? It's expensive, especially if you're coming from the West Coast. It took me and my family to raise some extra money. I did some extra side work and got some extra money to go. My family growing up, blue collar family, didn't have a lot of money, so I never got a chance to go to Loretta's. I stayed local, raced local. But somewhat of a bucket list thing for me to do was go to Loretta Lynn. So last year we decided together as a family we wanted to go. So every year we try to take a vacation. Well, we didn't take a vacation. Our vacation was to go race Loretta Lynn. So my number 1 tip is to save your money because it's expensive. When I did my podcast, I talked about how much money it was, and it cost us $10,000 from the time we started our qualifying from the time we came home. And I get free motorcycles and parts, so I can imagine if I had to go purchase a motorcycle and get parts. It gets expensive. So if you plan on doing Loretta's, start a year out, save the money, okay? Because it costs a lot and you don't want to dip into your life funds to go feed your motocross habit. Okay, tip number 2. Boy, was I a fish out of water. The ruts are insane at Loretta Lynn's. And the West Coast back here, we might have 1 or 2 ruts on the inside of a corner. I thought I was prepared. I wasn't. So my tip for you guys is, especially for you West Coasters out there, go back east or go somewhere where there is deep ruts, long ruts, going into the corners, through the corners, and out. If you guys haven't been to Loretta's, it's nothing what it looks like on TV if you're watching it on your computer screen at home. It's a tight track. It doesn't flow. Once you're in a rut, you're in a rut for a very long time. Here in Southern California, we can move around the track way more than you can in Tennessee. So my second tip for you guys out there is to make sure to practice ruts, deep ruts. If it rains, go to the track and ride. We were at a track yesterday. It rained in Southern California. Not a lot of guys riding the track because it was very rutty. That brought back memories for me to going to Loretta Lynn's. That's my most favorite thing to do now is practice long ruts, because if you can ride the ruts, you're going to do good at Loretta Lynn's. Third tip kind of goes hand in hand with having some money, right? You got to be in shape. So not only are you going to have to ride, we know this, but off the bike training is key. It's hot at Loretta's. Last year I heard that they got lucky and had some cool temps, but when I went, it was upper 90s, humidity was high, so I spent a lot of time getting my core and shoulder strength up. The track at Loretta's is not so tiring cardio-wise. It doesn't flow, it's slower speed, so it took more strength on the bike versus cardio. So work on core strength, shoulders, and legs. That's my best tip for off the bike training, is it takes more strength than cardio. So make sure you have somewhat of a plan, and if you don't, you can always hit my email up and I can kind of lay it out for you what I did. But best thing to do is work on things that are like when you're riding on the bike. Rowing, skier G, jogging, work on a lot of ab strength, medicine ball work, just a lot of core work to hang on the bike because the track is deep, the ruts are long, and that takes a lot of energy physically to ride a dirt bike at Loretta's. So tip number 4, you make it to Loretta's, right? You're there. What do you bring? What to do? So I always had friends tell me what I'm gonna encounter when I get there, but until you get there, you really don't know. So here's some inside tips. There's no cell service besides one little area up on top of the hill, so just know that. Have something to ride around the pits with. Golf carts are huge. I've never seen so many golf carts in a pit area ever before. Everyone's driving golf carts to get from point A to point B because there's so much property there. It'll be tough for you to walk all day. So bring a mountain bike, bring a golf cart. You have to pay for a golf cart pass, so that's extra money. So if you guys don't have the extra money, grab a bicycle, easy transportation. There's a river, fun place to go hang out after a moto. It's cool yourself down. Bring a raft, everyone floats around. Bring some board shorts, bring a bikini, lay out, hang out. And just know it's gonna be muddy. Chances are you're gonna have a rain moto. So bring some mud boots, bring some gear, extra gear for these mud motos because there's gonna be a lot of mud. You might have an early moto and the track is really ripped deep. So have some extra gear, bring some rain clothes, bring some jackets, just bring some extra attire because you're either gonna get wet. It's gonna be super humid or it's gonna be raining. So those little tips right there are huge for me. When I get there, I didn't have anything. I didn't have a golf cart, I didn't have a bicycle. I basically footed around the whole area. And by the third day, I was already tired and I had to go race. So bring some stuff to help you through the pits to get you around from point A to point B. Last tip, we talked about ruts. But what specific on-bike training should you do? Look, if you make it to Loretta's, you're a good rider no matter what class you are. The top people from each class are there at Loretta Lynn's, and it's a huge event. A lot of people across the United States and in Europe, in Canada, Mexico, all these places try to qualify for this race. So when you get there, it's gonna be tough. So to get yourself tougher, on the bike training is also key. Do 20-minute motos. You're gonna have 3 of those per class. It's gonna be hot. So whatever it is that you need to do, you gotta structure your program when you get to the track to do 20-minute motos. If that makes you strive to be your best, when you get to the track, do 3 20-minute motos. I would suggest doing that a month and a half, 6 to 8 weeks out from Loretta Lynn's. You'll have an area qualifier, you'll have a regional qualifier. During that time, after your regional, you should be hitting 20-minute motos all the time. And also, practice starts. Starts is key. If you get a bad start at Loretta Lynn's, it's tough to pass. Like I said, the ruts are long. If you're locked into a rut and you got a guy in front of you that crashed, you're screwed. You're stuck. So make sure you practice starts, technique, and do long motos. That's gonna help you. So those are my top 5 picks to kind of get you ready for Loretta Lynn's before and when you're there. It's a fun place to be. Just like we talked about in other videos. Meet a lot of people. I met a lot of friends. There's a lot of fun type of people there, different cultures. It's just a cool event, cool vibe, nothing that I ever seen, and I've been around a long time, so it's a fun event. Just get yourself prepared, save your money, and cherish it, because it's a good time. It was one of my bucket list things to do, and it was a good time. So that's my top 5 picks. Thank you for watching this video. Head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com if you need any kind of parts for your bike, because they have it. I order stuff from there, and I even get stuff for free, but I still buy stuff from Rocky Mountain. So that says something. I'm Kris Keefer. Thanks for joining us.